Hello and welcome back to It's New. Barry Schwartz with Mordy and Greg. Crystal is still traveling. I did see her yesterday at the local U event, which was so much fun.
Yes, it looks fun.
No, I will say the local SEO community is way better than the normal SEO community. No offense.
Shots fired.
No, that's totally true.
Shots fired
Just
at you, Morty.
relaxed. It just reminds me of the SEO community from like 15 years ago. It's just a more relaxed environment. So
which makes sense
no
because the SEO
to,
seems like it's from 15 years ago too. So,
shots fired. All right.
Oh.
Anyway, Greg, what are you talking about?
Google advertisers will be getting a tool to P-min additional spending in their PMax campaigns.
Morty?
something about a picture's worth 1,000 words, whatever, AI.
And I'll be talking about a Google Search Console bug that seems to have resurfaced your products. Should we play your music again, Greg, from yesterday?
Stuck in the header with you.
You got called out, just so you know, on the YouTube comments.
They said
it says Steeler Wheel, not Dylan.
Oh.
Yeah, that wasn't even Dylan. Also, I meant to say that yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, so yeah. Well, that's why we have the best commenters over on YouTube. So join in the fun. I actually didn't try to mess that one up.
I have no idea what anybody. I don't know entertainment stuff anyway. So it's
Stuck in the Middle sounds like Bob Dylan. Sorry, it does. Oh, Stuck in the Middle.
Again, it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to do Bob Dylan.
All right. How do we transition to the end news? We just don't. Go ahead, Greg.
Okay. Well, you are not stuck any longer, at least coming soon in your PMax campaigns, showing up for keywords that you do not want to, because an announcement at DMEXCO, that's the hashtag. I don't know exactly what that is. There's a bunch of announcements from Google, mainly around, I'd say, PMax and demand gen. The biggest of all is that there will be campaign negative keywords coming to Performance Max campaigns. That's like the showstopper announcement. This is a huge deal because there was a workaround where you could talk to a rep and there would be hidden negatives that you could get in only if you're select and special, but you couldn't see them. So it never was a good system at all. But this is huge because we had a client where they're like, hey, you need to stop bidding on our brand, and sent a picture of it. And it's like, we're not bidding on your brand. I can show you, but now you'd be able to go through and remove that negative keyword in Performance Max. So that's the biggest one. There's also going to be some impression share reporting for shopping ads and text ads on search, which is awesome. Asset coverage reporting and recommendations for underperforming asset groups in PMax, and some pacing as well. So another thing that is big, it's not like it's new because I think it came out last week or somebody spotted it last week. Asset level conversion metrics will continue to roll out. So being able to see which metrics not only have these good scores, but are actually converting, which is huge. And then for demand gen, they're going to be able to pull in in-store conversion for more omnichannel stuff. And you can start to pin videos and creatives, which is great. With these new formats that roll out, I'll go in depth in a marketing clock on Friday if you want to hear the bad of some of this stuff and why it really annoys me. But the good is they are building these different campaign types to be better. They're continually investing in some of these things. If you tried them out of the gate, the main takeaway, and it didn't work, it may work today, right? I tried a bunch of demand gens. The week it came out, stunk. I use demand gen now. PMax, when it launched, wasn't great. Now you get more tools, you get more insight, you get more control, right? And I think that's the thing is you need control on some of the stuff, and Google is bringing it to advertisers. So kudos to them for doing this. And if you want to hear the negative, I got plenty of negative, but not enough time.
We'll keep the negative for marketing clock. Can you give me some stock tips that you really hate? This is why I know to buy those things, because generally you're wrong about when Google launches ad products.
I would say I am right on PMax. When it started, it stunk, right? Even Broadmatch for a long time stunk, and then they made it work. But stock, I don't have any stock tips, unfortunately. I would just go against whatever that screaming cat guy does. I don't want GameStop, so you should go buy GameStop. What is that guy, Roaring Kitty? I don't ever get that stuff.
It's true.
Like games, who's gonna? Why are people buying GameStop? I don't get it. It's all digital. Like, what are we doing? So that's my stock tip. Go buy GameStop, people, because I think it stinks.
But what is hot in the stock market is AI. So I know Google launched some new search features there.
Yes, AI is very hot and popular. Everyone seems to be talking about it lately. It's so weird. So Google announced that they're trying to, or they'll soon be adding a label for images that are AI generated. They'll basically be able to tell you if it was AI generated, edited in Photoshop, or created with an actual camera. This is going to be in the about this image section, which no one will ever see or click through to. So it's basically like spending a lot of time, effort in doing this, and no one will ever see it, kind of thing. I think it's interesting. Oh, and they're doing something with Greg will tell you about this because I don't do ads, but they're going to be somehow integrating this also into YouTube ads somehow. Like they'll let you know for in a YouTube ad if I guess Greg will tell me if I'm right or wrong if this was created with AI or not. But also, like I don't. If we're doing this for images, why don't we do this for content? Like I can tell when an image is mid-journey, and it's not nearly as like. And I get there are like lots of problems with the whole image side, but there's so many problems with the content side. If you could do this with images, then tell me if the content was AI created also.
So the images, I think they're using some type of metadata that is in the actual image.
Yeah.
So it knows by the metadata that it was. So my question is, all my images are mostly 99% AI now, but I also edit them in Photoshop after I generate the AI image. So it's going to say AI image and Photoshop, or it's just going to take the latest metadata, which is the one I exported from Photoshop.
That was kind of my question also, because you take something with a camera and then you just like do a small little Photoshop thing to which everybody does.
I don't get the metadata too, because like let's say Barry, you make that graphic and then you just screenshot it. Right? Where's the metadata on that? You know
what if I take a camera and take a picture of my screen?
Yeah, I mean you might see some pixels in there. But yeah, I don't get that. And then I was looking at a couple different threads on X this week, just showing like how crazy some of the mid-journey stuff is and how it's like infringing on all this. And a lot of the images are like really there. But to me, I think the biggest thing, at least from an ad side, Morty, to your point, is if Google makes it in AI, I think that they should disclose it, because they always come out and say like, hey, for demand gen, you could just make a picture of tents and you get these tents out there. And if you're running this as an ad saying like, I want to buy this product, and Google just made it with Gemini, that product might not look like that ad. Right. So I think from an ad side, it definitely makes sense. I don't know how they're going to do it across the board though. But if Google like creates it for you in the Merchant Center Next now, you know, it does really cool stuff where you can change the background and change everything around. And the background might be a different size just because it's AI and doesn't know the exact specs of what the product is. It makes the product look bigger or smaller. I think they should disclose that if they do it, but I don't know how they're going to do it if other people don't like create it.
That's interesting. By the way, I realized my point before about content makes no sense because you can't add that into the metadata. I was just angry.
Yeah.
I apologize.
But I saw a tweet last week that that Gemini can really help your SEO. So I'm gonna go with that.
No, that tweet's gone. That tweet is gone.
Oh yeah, it's gone.
It never happened.
I think Gemini told them to remove it. Remember that time, Greg, I bought that mouthwash and I thought it was like a big thing of mouthwash. It was like a little tiny thing. And then that was before AI. I'm like, now I'm doomed. Everything's gonna be like mini versions of everything. I'm not gonna be able to like buy anything anymore. Talking about products, I guess, mouthwash products. Google Search Console has another bug. I believe it's a bug, wasn't confirmed yet, where if you go to the Search Console performance report for search, and then you click on search appearances, and then you click on product snippets, and then you hit OK, it will show up the product snippet results. And every single website, even if they don't have product snippets, will probably show product snippet search performance data. We had this bug back in like April and May of this year, and now it seems to be resurfacing again starting in mid-August. I just spotted this from Chloe Smith on X, and John Mueller hasn't commented yet, but I assume this is a bug because last time Google, John Mueller and the Search Console team confirmed it was a bug last time. So if you are seeing some weird performance data, specifically in the product snippets, it looks like it's another bug. So just disregard. I do these awkward pauses.
People like send regards. Can you send disregards to people?
Disregard people?
No, yeah. He's like, oh, I mean, I don't know. Send regards to your brother. If I knew your brother, which I don't.
Right, or you say kind regards instead.
Right, but can I say like
finish your email with mean disregards?
Yeah, like please send my disregards to your brother.
So it's interesting. You'll see this. Greg Gifford at Local U asked me to do this like mean tweets read.
Ooh.
And supposedly he said something, maybe it came from you, Morty. And I read it and I'm like, this is not mean at all. I mean, there's so many things to like choose from to send to me about mean tweets. And I read it and it was just not mean. I'm like, not mean.
I'm not sure in which sense to be offended, that you thought I said the thing that was mean, or that you're saying I said something that was supposed to be mean and it wasn't actually mean. I think the latter insults me more.
Yeah, I would be insulted by the latter for sure.
Yeah,
That doesn't sound like Morty at all. He's never been mean to me online.
I'm just trying to help you out with your lice and your wall.
No,
But
I use pomade. I use hairspray. I don't have to touch it. So I'm
Put a
sorry
nail in his
that I
hair.
have so much my flowy locks.
Do your earphones come off or they're stuck?
No, yeah, I can't get them off. I have to pry bar them off my head now.
All right, that's the way to end the show, everyone.
Barry did.
Have a great day. See you guys tomorrow with more It's New. Bye-bye.
Bye to Greg and his lice.